You won't believe this, but there's a frog in Madagascar that sweats out toxins through its skin, and that's just the beginning. Madagascar's rainforests are like evolution's private lab, isolated, extreme, and wildly experimental. It's home to over 200,000 known species, and honestly, a full 90% of them can't be found anywhere else on Earth. That's not biodiversity, that's biological anarchy. But among this astonishing roster, 10 species stand out, not just for their uniqueness, but for how they twist the rules of survival into something that looks almost supernatural. Let's start with the eye. Imagine a gremlin, a bat, and a lemur had a nightmarish baby. That's the eye. It has rodent-like teeth that never stop growing and a long, skeletal middle finger it uses like a creepy chopstick to tap on trees and extract grubs. When scientists first saw one, they thought it was a type of demon. In Malagasy folklore, it is a harbinger of death. But biologically, it's a marvel of adaptation, evolving an entire hunting strategy that mimics woodpeckers in a world without birds that fill that niche. Then there's the giraffe weevil. Yes, giraffe. Because the males have absurdly elongated necks they use like fencing swords to duel for mates. This insect looks like something a 7-year-old made up for a sci-fi coloring contest. But those necks aren't just decoration. They're specialized tools evolved for combat, proving that in Madagascar even beetles can play by gladiator rules. But what if I told you there's a chameleon so small it can comfortably nap on the tip of a matchstick? Meet Brookesia nana, the world's smallest reptile, barely larger than a sunflower seed. It's not just a biological trivia question, it's a riddle. How does something that tiny survive in a forest full of predators? The answer lies in perfect camouflage, near invisibility, and living in leaf litter so overlooked it might as well be a parallel universe. Madagascar is also home to the indri, the largest living lemur, which can leap 10 meters between trees. But what sets it apart isn't just athleticism, it sings. The indri's wailing cries sound like a mournful flute, and their vocalizations are so complex they exhibit rhythm and structure akin to human music. That makes them one of the few non-human species to display proto-musicality. They don't just survive, they compose. Let's shift to something armored, the leaf-tailed gecko. This reptile doesn't do invisibility with color, it does it with texture. Its body mimics the shape, vein patterns, and even the decay spots of a dead leaf. When it sits still, it doesn't disappear. It ceases to exist. It's not camo, it's visual sorcery. Speaking of camouflage, the satanic leaf-tailed gecko takes things further. Yes, satanic. Its jagged skin and eerie red eyes earned it that nickname, but what really seals the deal is its tail, which looks like a chewed-up, half-rotting leaf. It's the kind of creature that dares predators to look closer, and punishes them with nothing but confusion. And now, the fossa. It's not a cat, not a dog, not a mongoose, but it hunts like all three rolled into one. The fossa is Madagascar's top predator, sleek and muscular, with semi-retractable claws and a whip-like tail for balance. It's agile enough to chase lemurs through treetops and stealthy enough to ambush from below. Imagine a predator with the flexibility of a monkey and the attitude of a tiger. That's the fossa, proof that apex status doesn't require size, it requires dominance. But no list is complete without the panther chameleon. You've heard of color-changing reptiles, sure, but these guys don't just shift colors. They broadcast mood, temperature, and even territory. Their color palette is a real-time mood ring dialed to nature's wildest settings. And you know, no two panther chameleons look alike. Each regional population sports its own psychedelic scheme, as if evolution got bored and decided to paint with a new brush every 100 miles. Now let's dive, literally. The tomato frog, bright red-orange like a ripe heirloom tomato, puffs up like a balloon when threatened. But here's the kicker. It secretes a sticky toxin that gums up the mouths of predators. It's not enough to say, "Don't eat me." It says, "Eat me and regret it immediately." Bright color, bold attitude, and biochemical backup. That's how you survive in a forest where everyone's hungry and clever. Finally, we come to the Madagascar pochard, a duck so rare it was thought extinct, until a tiny population was found in a remote volcanic lake. Unlike most ducks, this one dives deep to feed, an unusual behavior shaped by its unique highland habitat. The real twist? Conservationists had to build floating nurseries just to reintroduce them into safer lakes. It's a living resurrection story, one that shows even the most delicate species can bounce back if given a fighting chance. Every one of these species tells a story, not just about survival, but about creativity under pressure. In Madagascar, evolution doesn't just adapt, it innovates, exaggerates, and redefines what life can look like. These 10 species aren't just nature's oddities, they're nature's flex.